So I'm still up in northern Michigan for a little while, a couple more weeks on vacation, and while I've been here I've been making these banana flour cookies a lot, so I thought I'd do a demonstration to show you how I make them. So the only flour is this grain-free banana flour in the cookie, and I use a maple sugar to sweeten it, which is really delicious, and this cookie has cranberries, walnuts, and dark chocolate chips in it. It is really good. It spreads. A lot of the gluten-free cookies that you make or grain-free don't spread, and you have to press them with your palm to get them to spread. These are very tasty and delicious, and I'm going to show you how to make them. So I have 3 tablespoons of organic shortening that I use in this recipe, and in the notes below I'll put the ingredient quantities. And I cream that together with 6 tablespoons of the maple sugar, which is really good to use in place of regular sugar. It gives you the browning consistency in the cookie, but you're using maple sugar, and I like this brand. It's a very easy to find brand out there. So I add the maple sugar and the shortening together and cream that first. I use just an electric handheld mixer. Cream that up. It'll be a little crumbly, but that's not the only fat that I'm adding to this. So once I get that creamed up a little bit so it's crumbly, then I'll add my olive oil, which is 3 tablespoons of olive oil. It's a very healthy fat, and it's actually really good in baking. And then there's also a half a teaspoon of pure vanilla extract in there. I'm going to add that to the cookie, and then I'm going to blend that up and incorporate that briefly just to get it mixed in and start dissolving some of the maple sugar crystals a little bit. Then I'm going to add 1 pastured egg to my cookies. So there's only 1 egg in this. This makes 14 cookies. And I'm going to blend the egg in. I have a few spices in this cookie. It's nutmeg and cinnamon. So there's a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. It's an 1/8 teaspoon of pink salt. You can use sea salt as well. And then a half a teaspoon of baking soda. And then here's the banana flour. It's just, all that's in banana flour is bananas. It's dehydrated bananas. It's a good source of prebiotic too, banana flour. And like I said, it's grain-free. It's a fluffy consistency, so I like to stir it a little bit before I turn the beaters on, otherwise it will fly everywhere. So I'm going to add the spices, salt, and baking soda into the banana flour, and I'll whisk that together before I add it to the batter. So I whisk that together. Then I'm going to add the banana flour mixture into, you can see that it's light, into the dough that I have going, and I'll just stir this just a little bit with my beaters before I actually turn it on to keep it from flying out of the bowl. So I'm stirring it together here, and then I'm going to turn on the beaters. This doesn't take long to incorporate. It does tend to thicken a little bit as you heat it. Thickens up just a little bit. This is a super simple cookie recipe. Not hard to make at all. And then I'm going to add my Enjoy Life allergen-free dark chocolate chips. They're dairy-free too. And I have, that's a 1/3 cup. There's a 1/3 cup of each of these. This is the chopped walnuts, a 1/3 cup of those, raw walnuts. And then I have dried cranberries that I really like in this recipe, and these are sweetened with apple juice, or apple juice sweetened dried cranberries. So you just add that to your bowl, mix that in. It's a really nice dough, and then I'm going to drop tablespoonfuls of the dough onto my parchment lined cookie sheet. So I'm done with my beater. I'm going to move that off to the side. There's the cookie dough right there, and I'm going to grab my cookie sheet, which is over here, and I'm going to scoop this onto my cookie sheet, and then they bake at 350 degrees for about 11 minutes. This is a regular oven I have up here. It's not a convection oven. If you're using a convection oven, your time might be a little more, 9 to 10 minutes. So you just keep an eye. All ovens are a little bit different. So keep an eye on it, and when they spread and are golden brown on the outside, they're ready. When you take them out of the oven, I like to let them set. I don't take them off of the cookie sheet right away. I let them set 5 minutes to cool, and then you can move them to a wire rack. So I've been experimenting with this banana flour. Before I was using mostly almond flours and coconut flours and that in my recipes. But I decided to start experimenting with banana flour when I became sensitive to coconut. My latest food sensitivity test, I was very sensitive to coconut. And so I actually really like the banana flour. So these go in the oven, and they will actually spread as you bake them, and they go in the oven for 11 minutes. So here's the finished cookies. I just pulled them out of the oven. They were sitting on the tray for 5 minutes cooling, and then I moved them over to this wire rack. I should add that banana flour does not taste like bananas. It tastes like traditional white flour. They're the texture and everything. So here's the finished cookie. It's all crispy and golden brown on the bottom, and I'm going to break one open for you. And they're chocked full of cranberries, walnuts, and dark chocolate chips. They're really, really yummy. So I'm going to put them on a plate here, and you can grab the recipe and make some of these for yourself. They are really good, and I think you'll like using banana flour, so give it a try.